Thank you very much, Natasha. I want to start by saying, Nian, thank you. Thank you for your way of introducing it as a partnership and not a sponsorship. I think that's critical and important. And we at SporTT see it in the same light. Our relationship here is not one of a state enterprise with responsibility for sport, interacting with a sporting NGB organization, in this case Special Olympics. It is a partnership, and it is critical to our overall thrust that we at SporTT have engaged in all types of partnerships. Some, when it first came out, I actually had calls telling me, saying to me, I see the chairman of SporTT, I see you all engaged in a partnership with the coalition of, service industries. I say, of course, we need data to make decisions. Data drives proper decision making, not vote and guess and hope, right? And I know an organization where the Giselle, as you say, you spoke about the growth and where you all go, markets grow and so on. And that is because you all are data driven. And I don't pun intended, meaning that you offer it as a service as well. But certainly data is a critical dimension. We partnered with NAMDEVCO. They say, what SporTT have to do with agriculture? We say, well, what do athletes need to thrive and really perform at their best? Not proper meals and proper dietary things and so on. So it is about looking in a broader way at what it takes. And we in sport, and most of us here come from sport, I myself am still, as is well known, president of one of the national governing bodies for sport. We see that holistic development of the human being as a mantra that drives us. It's not just about that performance on the field, right? And you use it in your remarks. It is about how does one develop that whole being in whatever form or fashion they come. Young, old, regardless of ability, capability, or otherwise, right? So it is a real pleasure today to be, as chairman of sport, have the opportunity to partner with the Special Olympics. And I'm particularly pleased that we're doing this in a place like Marabella in South, because in my own view over the years, with my other hats over the years, particularly one as former president of the Olympic Committee, I've always found we too capital-centric. We tended to be so focused on the capital that you say to people, what about an opportunity to have something like this, a facility somewhere else? And it's always, well, that is out of town. But the reality is, people come from out of town. They come from all over, even the people who work in town. Majority don't come from town. So what's the problem, right? And we started. We have Atto Bolden with football. We have Tagarigua with hockey and the racket center there. And so it is great to see that Marabella would be the home and become known as the center for the Special Olympics. So, Major, to you and your team, I'm glad that you embraced the opportunity. Right? We, the SporTT family, and I see it as a family, all of us in sport as a real family, continue to be a partner and would like to continue to be a partner and support. Albeit, and I have to say this, it's interesting that we get this opportunity in spite of the fact that we at SporTT are really entrusted with the responsibility of only 15 NGBs. However, through the grace of God or otherwise, we are entrusted with the responsibility of the facilities. So it does give us the opportunity to interact and partner with organizations outside of just that narrow 15. So it is really a pleasure to stand here today, having seen the development over the years and the hard work of volunteers. And I cannot stress that enough, right? Volunteers. Yeah, people outside of sport think everybody who is in the leadership of sport or participates have something they're getting out of it. What they get is the satisfaction of serving. Because that's what you do. You serve. You're there to serve. You get nothing. Very few sports have any funded programs for their leadership. It is all about volunteers. Selfless volunteerism. And for those who have families, you will know, your spouses, your children, they all tell you, oh, you live in that, it's 24/7. And the answer is yes, it is 24/7. You might have other things you're doing, that are 24/7, but that is one from the time you take on that responsibility to serve. So major to you and your team, keep up the effort. When the road gets rough and tough, remember, hold your head up high, look at the objective, don't lose sight of the goals, and you and your team will get there. And really, it's a pleasure today to be able to say, at last, Special Olympics has their home. Thank you. Thank you very much.